The implementation of the High Seas Treaty. After decades of negotiations, the UN High Seas Treaty has finally come into full legal effect this month. This historic agreement provides a legal framework for protecting the international waters that cover more than 60% of the Earth's surface. Previously, these areas were a wild west with little oversight. Now, the world can establish massive marine protected areas to prevent overfishing, stop deep-sea mining in sensitive zones, and ensure that the benefits of marine genetic resources are shared fairly among all nations. A historic turning point for renewable energy. For the first time in the modern industrial era, global electricity generation from wind and solar has officially surpassed electricity generated from coal. This isn't just a temporary fluke. It is the result of massive infrastructure investments over the last 5 years. In many parts of the world, building new solar or wind farms is now significantly cheaper than continuing to run existing coal plants. This shift is a massive win for the climate and is leading to a permanent decline in global CO2 emissions from the power sector. The scalable success of the malaria vaccine. The R21/Matrix-M malaria vaccine, which began its mass rollout recently, is proving to be a game changer for global health. Unlike previous attempts, this vaccine is highly effective, over 75%, easy to manufacture at a low cost, and can be produced in hundreds of millions of doses. In the past year alone, health organizations have seen a dramatic 40% drop in child mortality from malaria in pilot regions across Africa, bringing us closer than ever to a world free from this ancient disease. The recovery of the humpback whale. One of the greatest conservation success stories in history is reaching its peak. Once hunted to near extinction, the western South Atlantic humpback whale population has rebounded from just 450 individuals to over 25,000, virtually reaching their original pre-whaling numbers. This recovery shows that when international bans on hunting are strictly enforced and habitats are protected, nature has an incredible capacity to heal and return to its natural balance. AI-driven breakthroughs. In early cancer. Detection medical diagnostics have been revolutionized by specialized AI tools that can analyze medical imagery with more precision than the human eye. In 2025 and early 2026, hospitals worldwide began implementing AI software that can detect signs of lung and breast cancer up to 2 years before they would be visible to a radiologist. This early warning system is significantly increasing survival rates, as treatment can begin when the cancer is at its most manageable stage. Brazil's success in protecting the Amazon. Under renewed environmental leadership, Brazil has reported a massive 50% decrease in deforestation rates in the Amazon rainforest compared to previous years. By using advanced satellite monitoring and increasing fines for illegal logging, the lungs of the planet are finally getting a chance to breathe. This progress is vital not only for global biodiversity, but also for the indigenous communities who serve as the forest's primary guardians. The era of solid-state EV batteries. The automotive industry has reached a holy grail milestone: the mass production of solid-state batteries. These batteries are safer, lighter, and hold much more energy than the lithium-ion versions we've used for years. New electric vehicles equipped with this technology can now travel over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge and can be recharged in under 10 minutes. This breakthrough is removing the final barriers for people to switch from gasoline-powered cars to clean transportation. New hope for Alzheimer's treatment. Recent clinical trials for a new class of lecanemab-style drugs have shown that we can now significantly slow down the cognitive decline associated with Alzheimer's disease. By targeting and removing amyloid plaques in the brain more effectively, these treatments are giving patients and their families more quality time, months or even years of clarity that were previously lost. Research is now shifting toward preventing the disease before symptoms even appear, closing the global literacy gap. Thanks to digital education initiatives and increased funding for primary schools in developing nations, global youth literacy has reached an all-time high of 92%. The gap between male and female literacy is also at its narrowest point in history. This means millions of young people, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia, now have the foundational tools to lift themselves and their families out of poverty.